How the school year for Tobias is going to go next year was deciding on our days and times. So we are going to do 4 days a week of homeschooling because we are year-round homeschoolers. So question for you, are you a year-round homeschooler, or do you stick more toward a traditional school year? Leave me a comment down below, let me know. So I have to take in effect David's classes because I am currently his chauffeur because he hasn't got his license yet. We are working on that. That is not something that I put a lot of emphasis on, getting a license at a younger age. We did mean to do it earlier than we have, but it is what it is. So until he gets his license and can drive on his own, I am his chauffeur, so at least for a good 6 months or so. So I had to take in effect his classes, when he takes classes and what times they are, and then my husband's work schedule and David's work schedule, because like I said, I am his chauffeur at the moment. So I took in effect what I know of right now. I don't know his work schedule yet because that's going to change with him going to school. So when I get that down, I get that, then we'll know more. But I do know more. I know roundabouts when he's probably going to work, so I can kind of work around what I know. And if we need to change it up, we can. So we are going to do, we're going to do Monday through Thursday. Mondays and Tuesdays, he comes here and he will stay here from 11:30 to 2:30. So it's about 3 hours. We don't just work those 3 hours. You know, he has breaks and eats and playtime. You know, we have some free time in there, stuff like that. But 3 hours gives me enough time to get him through a school day that he needs. You have to remember, he's only in 1st grade and he's autistic, so he needs more breaks. I think kids need breaks anyway. You should be giving your homeschooler a lot of breaks because they need it. It's, you know, it's a lot of work we give to them. So I know that Mondays and Tuesdays he will come to my house between 11:30 and 2:30, or not between, from 11:30 to 2:30. We will do school on those days. Wednesdays is a trickier day. David has a later school schedule. So I'm trading Wednesday. I used to go Wednesdays to their house, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to have mom do school on Wednesdays with him, and then I'm going to do school on Thursdays with him. And we will just have to work through that however we can, which I think will be fine. But being a year-round homeschooler, we can just do the 4 days a week, which is much easier on mom because it's a lot for her to handle. So I have shortened it for us because we go year-round anyway. Like I said, we get our school days in. It's not a problem. So I've got that figured out, okay? That was my first kind of train of thought. Okay, what days are we doing it and what hours? Got that figured out. So now I got to kind of figure out, my next step is to figure out, which I have a paper here somewhere, I just have to find it, about his subjects and how, like, because every day he'll do language arts, every day he will do math, reading. I think those are his 3 core subjects that are just like every day these things have to get done. We are also sprinkling in, we're going to go with a Charlotte Mason-y flow. I'm not going to call us strict Charlotte Mason. Did I say that right? Yeah. Homeschoolers, because we are not purists, as some people would say, but we're going to go kind of in that direction. Lots of reading, lots of classical things. So we also want to incorporate like music and art and I am doing like a social studies history and a science little thing with him. And I also want to make sure that I'm incorporating a lot of, I want to do like some STEM activities with him, some sensory activities with him. You know, every day he should have some kind of a fun activity. So these are all the things that I've got to work in and schedule. This sounds like a huge long mess, and it is. It is. Mamas, if you are scheduling, you know what I mean. But I gotta sit here and just figure that out. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. So right now I'm gonna go dig through some papers because, like I said, I don't know. I wrote a rough draft of what I wanted down, but I don't know where that paper is now because I did that a while ago. So that's my next my next train of thought, my next business. So I'll be back at you in just a little bit. Okay, I wanted to hop up here real quick just to show you that I did just go ahead and kind of just write down this train of thought so I don't lose it later on. Okay, it's wrote down. I found it. First I thought it was lost forever because I could find nothing. But behold, it was there. It was there. Okay, so this I wrote a while ago. This top part I actually wrote probably 3 or 4 months ago. I watched one of the lady that does Brave Writer. She has a whole bunch of really good homeschooling videos. So I watched one of her videos. I want to say it's like how to get your day started, or having a good, how to have a good homeschool day or something like that. I can't remember. I don't remember. Julie Bogart, I think is her name. I'm pretty sure that's her name. She's like I said, the Brave Writer lady. She has great videos. Check her out. If I can remember, I'll link her channel down below. But so the first part of this, I had watched one of her videos, and this is, you know, this is actually what I used to do with David when he was younger, and our days flowed well. Okay, our days flowed well. Gotta stop tripping over myself here. So, so number one for getting a good day started was transition from sleep. So, you know, give them that time to wake up. And I can't remember all what she said about this, but it was good. I'm gonna have to go back and find that video and rewatch it too. Number two was food and clothes. So, you know, I think we like to have pajama days. Everybody jokes about homeschoolers and pajamas, and I actually have known many preschoolers, homeschoolers, who just totally homeschool in pajamas. We were about half and half. Sometimes we would, sometimes we wouldn't. But I did notice that we did have more productive days if we actually got up and got dressed, because it like puts it in your mind that, okay, it's time to get the day started. Now, if you're having a fun day, a theme day, a movie day, that's a great day for pajamas. If you just want to have a pajama day, then make it one of those fun days. Save those for those fun days. But at least for us, we do better if we get up. And of course, eating is huge. You know, you got to get your mind fueled up, your body fueled up. So there were just 5 of these on here. So 3, number 3 was many and varied books. So mom's morning time. I'm sure plenty of you have heard of the morning basket or what have you. And I've actually implemented this last year with Tobias. We started having morning basket, and he really liked it. I think that helped him get in the mindset, okay, school's getting ready to start. So that's what we did. We started the day with reading, and we ended our day with reading. And I think I'm going to do the exact same thing again this year. So morning basket was a lot more reading, a lot more different books, varied reading. At the end of the day, it was just one story, usually a chapter book. We read a Magic Treehouse book, and just a chapter a day is all I had him sit and listen to. But he really liked that. So that's probably how we're going to go about this year too. So morning time reading. Number 4 was table time. So that's when you get out everything, you get everything done. You know, take breaks in between, but just kind of grouping it like this just kind of helps them to know that, okay, it's table time. I'm going to get my writing done. I'm going to get my math done. I'm going to get my projects done, what have you. And then number 5, actually not projects, but just table time. I guess table time is strictly just, you know, math and writing and the things you need to sit at a table to do. Number 5, now it's ending the day. Like I said, though, we will still do number 5, but at the end of number 5, we'll have our end of the day reading, group games, group subjects, or projects. So I just really liked that. I thought that was nice. She goes into a lot more detail about these. So if you can find the video of this, I will try to find the video. I cannot promise you that will happen. I will link her channel down below, but I don't know that I'll be able to find this exact video because I don't remember what it was. It was a good video though. Okay, and then, so I was trying to write our subjects down that I want to implement this year and about the time frame that they would take. So with the Charlotte Mason method, you only do like 15 minutes, like for really small kids, I think it's like 10 to 15 minutes. As they get a little older, like 15 to 20 minutes, and then, you know, just a little bit more, but never over, like, I think even for high school, it's like not more than 30 minutes on a certain subject, because then, you know, your brain just tend to gets overload and then you don't really learn anything. Don't quote me on the time frame, but vaguely that's what I remember. So I've got a morning basket. I've got like 15 to 30 minutes worth. Math, 20 minutes. Science, 20 minutes. Language arts, it can take up to 20 minutes. A lot of times it doesn't even take us that long. So, and he still gets it's enough for him to retain. Literature, library, and biography, those are both part of morning basket. I have history, social studies, which I think history, social studies, any stories, maybe I'll put in morning basket. I don't know. I'm not quite sure about that one yet. Like I said, I'm trying to iron all this out. Art, music, computer lab, and then I wrote down at the bottom just now, STEM and sensory. So all of this, I want to put in our day. I need to kind of schedule out and put in our day. Now, I don't do times. Like, I'm not going to put from 1 to 1:15. This is what we're doing from 3, we're not even schooling then. From 10 to 10:30, this is what we're doing. He will come over, and that first half an hour, he eats. That's what he does. He likes to get a Pop-Tart. He likes to get some chips or pretzels or goldfish. Remember, he's autistic. He has sensory issues. That's why he's eating like this. He's working on it. He's working on it too. But anyway, that's not what this video is about. So when he first comes here, you know, he's already had his transition from sleep at home, and he's already got dressed at home. So on my end, then I pick up on number 2, the food part. Now, they'll feed him at home if he wants to be fed, but he'll always tell him, no, I just want to eat at Mimi's, which is fine by me. So he comes here and he picks his treat out, and then I usually try to put like an educational video on for him. Sometimes I'll let him pick one of his little videos, but a lot of times what I've been doing is putting on an educational video for him to watch why he eats, and he loves them. PBS Kids is great, like Super Why, Word Girl. There's just a whole bunch of them on there that he still likes and will watch, and they're educational. So that's where I'll pick up, and then we will not have homework. We don't do homework. On Mom's Day, I will give her what he has to get done, because we are doing actual subjects this year. So I will give her what has to get done for that day, and then I usually just kind of give her a list of ideas of other things to help me and him, you know, in our school days. So that's where I'm at right now. Now this is not, because I was looking at it, I'm like, no, I don't know that this is, I got these online a long time ago, like back when David was still young. I couldn't even tell you, because they're not marked. Whoever made these and put them on the internet didn't put their little trademark or little name on the bottom, you know, like some people do, which is helpful. So I don't know where I got these from, but they have like it has to be like some kind of a Charlotte Mason thing, because they have like Bible study, arithmetic, science, language arts, literature, biography, history, and then a couple of blank ones for you. Oh, I think something else was under there, but I marked it off because I was using it. But anyway, so I kind of filled out just to try to get like a handle on what our day would look like next year. Now, these were done a couple months ago too. And now looking at them now, I've got week 1 and week 2, and this is too much for week 1 and week 2. Week 1 and 2, probably the first 3 weeks will be more along the lines of reviewing things and introducing his new curriculum slowly. So this was just kind of a rough draft, and this will help me go on further today about making a couple of actual daily or weekly assignment things, charts, lists, whatever you want to call this. So I'm really glad I found this stuff, because this is what I need to go further on. Yeah, and I'm gonna use them because I have a whole stack of them here that I didn't order a planner this year, because I like hate to waste things, and I found this whole stack of these things that will fit us just fine for this year. So this year I just plan on using this. I have an attendance sheet, and I have notebooks if I need to put other things in there, and that's just fine. I have folders. So that's a roundabout kind of sort of way of what I'm looking at right now. I'm hoping to get something because all this is just kind of like a rough draft right now, and even until we actually start school, this will all be considered like a rough draft, because we won't know exactly if what I am planning works. We had to tweak it last year, and that's fine. That's the beauty of homeschooling, is you can tweak it. So I'm gonna sit here and try to figure out, using all my things that I have here, try to figure out just kind of a general schedule for us to go by, and I'll show that to you when I get it done. Okay, I've been sitting here for a few minutes, trying to figure out more of a flow to my system. I've got this far another rough draft. I know, I'm probably making this way too complicated, but this is just how my mind works. I just have to get it here, get it on paper, and just kind of rewrite it until it makes sense to me. So right now our flow is after food. Okay, so he's already got his transition from sleep, his clothes, and his food. So it's mini and variety books. So of course, morning basket is the first thing on my list, and the subjects we will cover in morning basket, and I have allotted about 30 minutes of time for this, are Bible, biology, history, science, and just any other tidbit of information we want to throw in there. Like, this is just a good place. Morning basket's a good place to put things that you might not, you're like, okay, how am I going to implement this in here? And you can just throw it in morning basket and read a little bit every day, and they're getting that subject or information that you want them to get in. And then we're going to flow into our table time, and with that's math and language arts, and of course any reading activity or work that he has. So language arts is of course writing, reading, and then also I forgot that I wanted to go ahead and introduce him and see how he does with a foreign language, because I've just read a lot of positive things about, even though he's autistic, about introducing a foreign language into their language to help. It like helps them. You know, any child. We always did some kind of a foreign language in with David. And I mean, like, he doesn't know a foreign language right now. He knows some little tidbits here and there that he remembers, but I mean, we never went hot and heavy on it. He was never super interested in it. When he was younger, of course, you know, we did the whole Spanish numbers and French, I think, and numbers, and stuff like that. When he got older, he did do some French courses. He wasn't crazy about them. He wasn't crazy about Spanish. He wasn't crazy about any foreign language, honestly, but I just had him do the work, even if he couldn't speak it fluently, because you know, it helps the brain. So we're going to go ahead and do French. I think he will like that, and it's something that I've done with David. I think we'll start with there and see how he does with like numbers, maybe colors, stuff like that. And then like next year, maybe do Spanish, numbers and colors. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Or maybe we'll do half the year in French and half of the year in Spanish. Who knows? It's not going to hurt him. And if it's too frustrating or it's not working or I don't see a benefit in it, we'll just stop it. You know, that's the beauty of homeschooling. Flexibility. So anyway, so that will be part of that. After language arts, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to loop the rest of the subjects. So meaning what will happen is, right here I got them like this, but so science, history, and I kind of did look at his science and history, and they're kind of a lesson, so it kind of needs to be, some have projects and stuff, and I want them to be able to do that stuff. So we will have those as actual lessons. So I've got science, history, art, music, computer lab, and then STEM and sensory. So that's going to be, some of that will be part of table time, and some of that will be more group games, subjects, or project time. And how you do that is you write not like this. What I do is I just write them down in a row. Like I'll show you, I'm going to do a final draft here in just a minute. But I'll write them down on in a row, and then each day after you do this, you do the next thing on the list. It's just looping it. So it's not consistently on a same day or anything, but it just gets the subjects done in a rotating manner. So let me see if I can work on a better little schedule here. Okay, all of that boils down to this very simple format, basically, that I'm going to follow for the year. We'll see how, well, I think this flow actually will be great for him. So I've got morning basket, math and language arts, and then we got our loop subjects. I listed them all, but then I didn't like the way they were listed, so I wanted to kind of mix it up a little bit. So what we'll do is, so Monday, we'll do science. Tuesday, we'll do music. Wednesday with mom, I'll tell her, get her to get him on the computer for some computer games for computer lab. Thursday, we got a STEM project. And then I'm gonna go on Monday, we'll do history. Tuesday, we'll do art. Wednesday, I'll have mom do a sensory thing with him. So that's Wednesday. Thursday, we'll be back on science. And then we'll go back Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You just loop it. That's all it is, just looping those subjects. And then each week they're getting just a variety of subjects. This is it, people. I am so, so happy. I got this down. So then, now that I have the days and hours figured out and scheduled, I have a system in place to work within these days and hours. And my next project will be to get everything out and start putting, actually making a weekly assignment schedule that will work for us. So that's it. That's what you do. I'm not going to go on to show this right now in this video, the weekly assignment schedule. I've showed you this. Let's show this again. This is kind of like, we're going to work up to this, okay? We're going to work up to this. And actually some of the stuff that I've want to add in is not even on this, but excuse me. swallowed the wrong way or something. I don't know what happened just then, but anyway, that's how I began working on our homeschool year. I need to know, you know, the days and times that are going to work for us, and I need to know just kind of like a general schedule, routine, flow, whatever it is you want to call it. That's what I needed right now, and that's what I got, and I'm super happy with it. And looking at this, I am like, we're gonna have a good time. One thing I didn't put in here though is I want to have like a library day with him, probably once every 2 or 3 weeks, like on Thursday, when we're done with school, go to the library. So that is something that I'll have to figure out and work in when the time comes. I don't have it like on the schedule. I'll put it off to the side or something, you know, remember library day. But beyond that, yay, we have a schedule or a routine or a flow, whatever you want to call it, whatever makes you happy. That's what you do, because that's what you do in your homeschool. You do what makes you happy, what works for your family, what works for your, you know, what works for you and your kids. You make it happen. You homeschool during the day, you homeschool during the evening, you homeschool in the afternoon or at night. It doesn't matter as long as you're getting it done. We have personally homeschooled. The only time we haven't done night school, okay, because we're generally asleep by then. But there was a season when my son would do some of his, he like was a night owl, and he would do a majority of his work at night, and I would check it during the day, his independent work. Of course, that's when he was a teen and a bit older. But I've heard stories of families who the dad needs to sleep. They live in a small apartment, so the kids and mom are gone all day, and then they come home when he gets up and they like kind of work through half the night. That's fine. That works for them and their family. Whatever gets it done. We are doing kind of like we're starting at 11:30. A lot of people like to be done by then. For us though, that's just not plausible. Even like I could have him come really early, but then like I have to run my son to school and stuff like that. So I like for us just to be able to not have a non-interrupted school day. So that's why this is, last year we did 11 to 1:30. This year we're doing 11:30 to 2. If I need it longer, I can always make it longer. You know, if we're having fun and he doesn't want to stop and I don't have nothing to do, I can always say, hey, can you give us another half an hour, an hour? Mom don't care. Yeah, so that's just do what works for you is my, like, one of my number one homeschooling tips, because we can't always do what works for everybody else. This works for us because of everybody's schedules. He also isn't really a morning kid, so this like gives him time to wake up and get going before he has to do school. And we're done by 2. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. Yep. So that I'm gonna. Oh, let me ask you. Okay. So 1, are you a year-round or a more traditional schedule homeschooler? And question number 2, I want to know is, are you more of a morning, afternoon, evening, or nighttime homeschooler? I'm just curious, and I'm sure other people are too. So leave those answers down in the comment section below. Don't forget to give me a juicy thumbs up. Leave your comments down in the comment section below. Give me a big old juicy thumbs up if you like this video, and subscribe so you don't miss another amazing adventure. See you next time, friends. Bye.